Yo, it's thereallillyaxe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here today to give my updated daily makeup routine that I've been using for the past few months. These have been my go-to products, my go-to techniques. I have been on a budget lately, so a lot of the products that I'm using are of a lower cost. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more cool content. And we're just gonna get started with the makeup tutorial. It's already like past the beginning of the day. I already did my morning skincare routine, but I want to refresh my face before I do my makeup. The best route to go on is to take a cotton pad and some micellar water. This is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. And this is supposed to remove makeup, dirt, excess oil, just clean your face without having to like actually wash it. So it's a good way to reset our canvas, clean up our face before we dive into makeup. Another thing I do to prep is I put Aquaphor on my lips. I just like to keep my lips as moisturized as possible, so when we put on a matte lip later, it's not going to be too drying, you know? And now we're going to move on to primer, which I'm using the Benefit Porefessional. It's almost out, and what I look for most with primers is blurring out my annoying pores. I like to do my brows before I do my foundation, and my brow approach has drastically changed in the recent weeks. I used to always just use a brow pencil. I went through a few different types of brow pencils this year already, but now I've been using just eyeshadow. So I'm taking a matte black eyeshadow. Specifically, I'm taking the one from the Jaclyn Morphe palette right now because that's the best matte black I have. I'm just gonna, with a light hand, start running my brush, and this is just like a flat brush. Right now what I'm doing is I'm just filling in anywhere that looks sparse. So I filled out any sparse areas, and now I'm gonna brush my brow hairs down so I can have a clearer view of the kind of line that my eyebrow naturally forms, and just further define that line. I have a little powder left over, so I just lightly fill in the more front part of my brow. That's the difference. Don't forget, if you're using this technique, to focus most of the powder towards the end of your brow so you get that ombre effect, you know. Be careful how much powder you put on your brush. You don't want to put like tons of it on and just get like one big blob in one area. You really want to feather it out. Now I'm just trying to look at my eyebrows and where they're at right now and just even them out, trying to make sure the arches on each side are similar. They look good. Eyebrows are sisters, not twins. This eyebrow always has just a different look than this eyebrow in a way, and we accept them for who they are. Lately I have been using and loving the WetnWild the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and I use the color Soft Beige. So I love this applicator. It's just a lot of fun for me. I'm just like, whoa, you can just make some drawings. I'm like 21 Savage. This foundation is super full coverage, very lightweight feeling. I got it at Target for like, I feel like I got it for like $6. Like, that's a steal. I've been paying very close attention lately to making sure I get my foundation on my entire face, on my entire neck, because I took a picture this one day and I could see like the line from like my foundation and like what my actual skin tone was, and it was cringy. I had to go Facetune that ish, so I'm paying very close attention to that little detail. Also, your ears should be the same skin tone as your face, so get that too. I am very impressed by this foundation for its cost, and what I always do after my foundation is I take my tiny concealer brush, my Tarte Shape Tape, which has been lasting me 10 months now, and I'm so shook because I use this all the time. Now I use it to carve out my eyebrows. And your eyebrow shape like tends to change once you do this because you'll like just sharpen things up. So yeah, you want to concentrate the concealer over here and then get a little more skinnier with it, I guess, over here. Then I just take my Beauty Blender to kind of like blend out the contrast between the concealer we're just gonna wrap this section up because once my brows are done and good, I never want to look back. Like, I'm just like, good, you're done for the day. I just brushed them out one last time. Now I'm going to take my brow gel. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Filler. Okay. Yeah, we're just smoothing out. So I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape and put one tiny dot on each eyelid. And I'm also going to re-wet my Beauty Blender because this hoe is dry. So right now I'm using the Mario Badescu Facial Spray. And we are creating a base for our eyeshadow look so that the canvas of our eye look is even, it's smoother in color and in texture. And then we take a powder brush. This is from e.l.f. It's just a fluffy brush. And I'm taking my Rimmel matte powder, and it's really beat up because this is what I take with me to touch up throughout the day. Putting a powder over the liquid concealer will make the powder eyeshadows blend more seamlessly. Now our eye is fully primed. Eyeshadow has really become like my favorite part of doing makeup. It is what I spend the most time on when I'm doing my makeup because it's where you can get the most creative. Today we're going to be using the Colourpop Element of Surprise palette. I love Colourpop palettes, and this one specifically is just so me. I'm going to dip into a transition shade, so I'm going to take this peachy shade and just go right into the eyelid, concentrating it more on this side and then kind of going down. I'm going to take brown right under where you see that my crease kind of starts right here. Yeah. But we're gonna go even darker into our crease, so it doesn't have to be precise. It can be a little above the crease. You want to create that gradient of light to darker colors here, so you don't want to get it all up into the peachy shade we just used. And between every step, I like to blend some more. So we're going to take the brush I used for my transition shade and just do some blending between the two colors. Taking this onto my crease brush, we're going to make sure our crease is super defined. We're not going to take this as far. We'll take this like this much. I'm taking more of that shadow, and I'm going to start putting it in my outer corner since this is the darkest color I want to use today. And I try to angle it more towards the center of my eye. I'm going to take one more layer of this eyeshadow and just pack it on. Sometimes it helps to pat rather than brush. To complete the eyelid, we're going to go down with a shimmer, and what I've been doing lately is just using my finger for shimmers. I take this coppery color, and it has some purple reflex when you look at it really closely. I don't know if you can tell. Taking it my finger and just placing it on my eyelid. We're just placing this all over the lid. Take a dot of concealer on each side of my eye, clean up the angling of our eyeshadow. So what I do is I kind of like try to start it like in my corner and just like move it up diagonally because I don't want to clean it up too much and take off more than I need to. And then we can just move some like over here. And I'm just diffusing the corners a little bit. And once I like finalize this shape, I did try not to even like touch that part of my eyeshadow. I'm gonna go and start on the face a little bit. So I'm gonna start with concealer, highlighting the higher points of the face. I've been using the Maybelline FitMe concealer. It is like $6. So we highlight under the eyes. I tend to go for like more light, like neutral shades, but this one's a little more of a yellowy undertone. But it's been working for me lately. I've been liking the way my makeup looks, so it's good to try different things. Carving under where we're gonna put our bronzer. I make this face because it helps me see where my cheekbones really are. So as you can see, we're highlighting these areas of the face. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, blend out all these lines. I'm going to go in with my Coty AirSpun powder. I use this for setting, and I'm just going to take some on my Beauty Blender like this, and it really helps to brighten and prevent creasing. So props to this. I got it at Walmart. So I went ahead and I used my Coty AirSpun powder to set the rest of my face and bake for a little because my camera died. So now I'm just using my powder brush to take off the setting powder. The bronzer I've been using is Butter Bronzer, and I use it in deep bronze, like the deepest color, because I really like to be bronze. And I'm taking my 204 brush from Sephora, using the contour bronzing side. And the reason I make this face is because when I make it, I see like where I want the shadow of like where my cheekbone is cut to be, and it just helps me as a guideline. Once I'm happy with that, I go ahead and I start bronzing my forehead. So I just bronze a little bit, kind of just to create a nice color in my forehead so I don't look so pale and like one-dimensional, you know. Underneath, getting rid of any possibility of a double chin. We don't need that. Then after I bronze, I contour my nose. I use my E.L.F. Crease Brush. I think it's the perfect shape for nose contour for me because it tapers off here and it's kind of tiny, so I just go like this. I'm dipping this back into my Physicians Formula bronzer. Start over here. We just kind of bring it down. Same thing on the other side. Just trying to make it so there's like a thin line in the middle of my nose, and trying to keep it symmetrical. And then we also can take a little more bronzer and shade the underneath of our lip to deepen our pout by creating a shadow. I haven't done my under eye yet. I'm going to go into the darkest shade I used today, which was this, and this really helps tie it together. So we have the darkest color under, and now I'm going to take the next shade lighter that I used, which is this pinky tan, and I'm taking a more fluffy brush, and I'm gonna just diffuse this color a little bit more and just smudge it out. My eyes look bigger now, which I always love. This Element Surprise palette has this amazing shimmery lilac color that I'm obsessed with, so I just take a bunch on this tiny little brush that I use for my inner corner highlight and any other like precise highlighting, and I'm just gonna spray it with some spray to intensify it. Just gonna get into our inner corner. And as you can see, it is a highlighter, but it's tinted purple, and I love just how different it is. I always try to have like a different pop of color in any everyday look I do. I almost always forget this step now, and it used to be like my favorite step of makeup, to put highlighter right under my brow bone. My brows and my eyes always look way better if I do this step, but for some reason I just keep forgetting it. So good thing I didn't forget it today. Now I'm going to do my mascara, and that will complete my eye look. So I just curl my lashes, and the mascara that has been my go-to for a few months now is the Voluminous Lash Paradise, the waterproof one from Loreal. This mascara really helps separate, lift, and like make my lashes look a lot longer and more voluminous than they are, which is exactly what I need, and it holds the curl pretty well. I highly recommend going out and getting it. It's only like 10 bucks compared to a high-end mascara that's usually like 25 up. Tip, if you don't know, when you do mascara, you should always start from the very bottom of your lashes and lift up, and once you're done coating the bottom, then you can try to like separate the top more. And also don't forget your bottom lashes. I'm just going to fill in my waterline with this brow liner just to give my eye more definition. And this is the NYX Eye and Eyebrow Pencil. If you desire, you can also outline the upper lash line. The blush I've been using a lot lately is literally this tiny Tarte sample. It's called Party. It's their 12-hour clay blush, and I just smile and put it on the apples of my cheeks. And I feel like smiling is a really good way to know where to apply your blush. And I like this blush. It's a very good pink for my skin tone. So now I'm going to do highlight, and this is the SoSu Highlighter Kit. If you've seen my BeautyCon video, I got this at BeautyCon and I still use it like every day. But my favorite one is definitely this Moon Sparkle one, this pink. It is just really complementary to my skin tone. This is an e.l.f. small tapered brush. I think I got it at Target. And I just put it on the high point of my cheek. And I also put it on the tip of my nose in the middle and at the end. I put it on my chin a little bit, or a lot. That was a lot, okay. And on my forehead. I take that same highlighter brush I used before for my eyes. Let me just get some of this purple off. And I take this highlighter and I put it, because putting highlighter right above your cupid's bow will lift your upper lip and make it look bigger. And I'm all about making my lips as big as possible. So for lips, if you don't know already, I had the biggest Kylie lip kit base and I own like so many of her lipsticks. So I'm obviously just going to use one of those because I have like 30. Take a handful right here. Dolce is a fave. Dolce K is a fave, and I'm going to go for it today. It's just a very good muted brown shade, and I feel like it works with almost every look I do. And sometimes I overline my lips, sometimes I just follow my natural line. It depends on my mood. This is really like that shade for me. Like, this is the shade that once I run out, I will definitely go buy more. So the last thing I will do in my makeup look is just take a blending brush, or like my powder brush will work, and just blend out all the product I have on my face, blend out all my contour, all my highlighter, and then do a final setting spray spritz. And then take my Beauty Blender and just pat down all the powders with the setting spray, which really helps it set in and be less likely to move around throughout the day. So this is my daily makeup routine. For the past few months, these have been the products that I have mainly used, the techniques that I've used. I feel like I'm entering a stage where I want to buy a lot of new makeup products and try out new techniques, watch more videos. So this is like a nice wrap up to like what the past few months of my makeup routine have been and how I've been, you know, flexing so hard on the gram, okay? And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I will be posting a lot more makeup videos coming up. I hope that you guys learned some new techniques and found some products that you like and may want to try. I'm going to put all the products that I use in the description box below with the prices so you can gauge out what you might want to get. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.